Yes, you figured it out already. Well, you better grab that key. Meet the second generation of my android allies. I've built a variant specifically tailored to each of your dubious abilities.
Leave those ones to me.
There's more where that came from, Batman. I built a highly
Leave the blue ones to me. Leave the blue ones to me.
all the danger of battle combined with all the fun of riddle solving. You can thank me after. You know what, Detective? I'm glad you solved this riddle. Because it takes you one step closer to the riddle that kills you.
Riddle that kills you.
Eddie really hates you, doesn't he?
He's an ego-driven narcissist who can't let anyone else win.
Gee,
His obsession's getting worse. He's going after my allies.
ally. After this, I think we should dial it back to known associate for a while.
This was nothing, Dark Knight, nothing. A new trial awaits you, Detective, by Divinity Church, and I'm waiting too.
I'm headed to Divinity Church. Riddler won't give up, Alfred. His pride won't let him.
You'll break his spirit, sir. I've every confidence.
Now to locate the commander and finish this.
You're not as good as you think, Batman. You've just gone too long without a real fight. Nice driving, idiot. It's right there. Just go. You want to take the win?
The unexamined life is not worth living, Detective, and I've been wondering why I let you aggravate me so. You're a cheat and a liar. A dressed-up strongman playing with expensive toys. World's greatest detective, ha! And everyone from Gotham to Star City believes it. I cannot abide a fraud detective, a dilettante masquerading amongst his intellectual betters, stealing every last scrap of appreciation, dignity, and respect. Welcome, Detective, to the drain I'm going to figuratively and quite possibly literally flush you down. The goal of this aquatic examination could not be simpler, Detective. Lower the water like so. Before that, however, it's time for a riddle. Riddle me this, Detective. What do bats do when they're at home? Don't leave me hanging, Detective. The answer is right above your nose. Your nose.
Your death was inevitable, I'm afraid. A statistical certainty.
Welcome, Detective, to the drain I'm going to figuratively and quite possibly literally flush you down. The goal of this aquatic examination could not be simpler, Detective. Lower the water like so. Before that, however, it's time for a riddle. Riddle me this, Detective. What do bats do when they're at home? Don't leave me hanging, Detective. The answer is right above your nose. No, Detective. You must avoid the rotating spiky blades of death. Well done, Detective. I think you're getting the hang of it. That's one, Batman. The water might be lower, but you're still out of your depth. Look at you, Detective. Hanging there in that hideous machine like a particularly ugly chandelier. The suspense is killing me, Detective. Perhaps it will kill you too. You know, Detective, if I'd rigged that grapple point to detach, you could be dead in a moment. But wait. There would the satisfaction be in that. You will be your own downfall, Detective. I have no doubt. detective. Another switch? Why, the water is almost as low as Catwoman's chances of freedom. Why don't you celebrate with my friends? I wanted you to destroy the robots. I did. It's all part of my immaculately constructed master plan. So there. I haven't been tempted by a cheap trick and a quick death, detective. But no, I will beat you fairly. I will let you test yourself against me and laugh as you fall short. Struggling, detective? I'm afraid you're running several minutes behind my projections. Ah! This is why my projections were off. I failed to consider both your incompetence and your stupidity as two distinct variables. Apologies, detective. I will recalculate post-haste. I seem to have scratched your car. I'd swap insurance details, but I expect you'll be dead by morning. degree my equations predict. Careful on your way up.
The drone sensors are temporarily disabled, but I can only hack one at a time, so the previous drone will be back online.
You know, the line between perfectly designed riddle and unfair death trap really comes down to user error.
Hey, Eddie, can't we play a different game? This one's getting old.
Do you think he's smart enough, Cat?
Here's hoping Eddie hasn't started cheating.
Good game, Batman. Good game.
Hey, Eddie, can't we play a different game? This one's getting old. Here's hoping Eddie hasn't started cheating. And they say black cats are bad luck.
Another key. Well done. Of course, you'll lose all 9 lives in an instant should I push this detonator.
Another door unlocked. What a surprise.
I have always been the smartest man in the room, Detective, forced to endure the suspicions and mockery of those whose meager mental faculties prohibited them from appreciating that fact. And then you appear in Gotham, dressing up your cognitive capabilities marginally superior as they are to that of the average hoodlum, in the guise of a crusading hero. And oh, how the people swooned. To the orphanage, hero! It's time to rejoin Catwoman for another trial.
Selina's still trapped at the orphanage. Together, we'll get her out.
You see what that thing does to cars? I ain't smart as it.
doesn't take much to tame a cat.
You're back.
I said I'd get you out of here.
I know. It's just... nothing. Let's get to the next room, okay? Before my head explodes.
Well, hello again to my favorite comedy double act. I'd just like to say what a novelty it's been constructing riddle chambers for 2 half-wits instead of 1. Why, that's practically a whole wit between you. Dark Knight, when you failed your feline friend and are done mourning over her headless corpse, perhaps we'll do this again with, Robin? Or maybe that prodigal son of yours over in Bloodhaven.
Can you get up there?
The ceiling? Easy.
Riddle me this. Can a maze still amaze if it doesn't have walls? Oh, what a shock. For you, I mean, Detective. I was expecting it.
You know, I had to disable a security system like this when I robbed Queen Industry. Never mind.
Did that hurt, Catwoman? Good. That pain is what stupidity feels like.
Oh, Eddie, you're going to feel very, very stupid when I catch up with you.
Halfway there. Now for a final twist.
done on this side.
Okay, done over here.
Congratulations. And now your reward. Robot.
Take it out. About time.
Fine. The key. Take the key. I suppose you just about earned it.
When I get out of here, I'm sticking this collar around Eddie's neck.
Well, how clever the pair of you must feel. How smug. Well, I hate to intrude upon this miserable little moment of victory, but I wanted you to be aware you're very unlikely to see one another again. Catwoman, the Batman will fail you, because waiting for him beneath Ranelagh Ferry Terminal is my greatest trial.
Batman, are we?
Don't let what Riddler said get to you.
Eddie is an idiot, but he's an idiot who built a series of underground death traps across the city.
And?
And I just wanted to say, be safe. This is definitely your mess. And
The militia have taken up a position underneath the botanical gardens. Bad mistake.
I think they might disagree with you, sir. Scans are showing them to be armed and protected with multiple sentry gun placements.
Bat comes through here. He's dead. Whose idea was it to set up underneath this damn plant? What's your problem? Ivy's dead. Target's here! It's Batman!
The drone sensors are temporarily disabled, but I can only hack one at a time. So the previous drone will be back online.
The night set. You were
Ranelagh Ferry Terminal. Okay, Riddler. This game ends now.
calling all support teams. Enemy vehicle in pursuit. Send reinforcements ASAP. Wait, hang in there.
That what I think it is? It's Batman! Step on it! I served my country, sacrificed everything. Lost friends. Meant nothing.
Ranelagh Ferry Terminal. Okay, Riddler. This game ends now.
Heard the stories? Sounds tough. His ghost stories won't work on me. Yeah.
This is it, Dark Knight. We're done. Well, you're done for, at least. I must admit that I'm feeling quite charitable at the moment of my triumph. So I will give you a choice. Rather than carry on towards your humiliation and death, I will simply let you drive away in return for a signed statement testifying towards my superior intelligence and conceding that I have utterly checkmated you. Oh, the cat will remain a hostage, of course. A symbol of your failure. My, you're actually going to attempt it. Very well. But this is my finest work, Detective. My masterpiece, my Enigma Resistance. So, let us take that inexplicably life-sized children's toy for its final drive. This is it, Dark Knight. Your Teutoburg, your Bay of Pigs, your ultimate defeat. That's it, Detective. Drive faster, drive headlong into defeat. Behold your doom. What? Impossible! That cannot be! You should have fallen to your death. I calculated the curvature precisely. I've got the equations right here. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. That's more like it, Detective. You failed! For the briefest moment, you almost seemed capable. Dark Knight. Your penance for failure will be journeying back to the start of the course. Failure back to the start. Detective, you've already failed. This is simply too hard for you. It's too ingenious. That wall, the loop, the trap. When you failed that last lap, I could see the headlines, Detective. Riddler, triumphant. Batman, disgraced. Gotham, awed. It's noble of you to try the course again, Batman, but really, I don't want to end up pitying you. Detective, you've already failed. This is simply too hard for you. It's too ingenious. That wall, the loop, the trap. What? No. You're supposed to be stuck. You're stuck! with luck. Luck! The kindly lifeguard of the idiot. I can hardly factor luck into my equations now, can I? I'm not a homeopath. Farewell. Dark night. No! This isn't right. This isn't possible. This isn't happening. I am the Riddler, and you shall not defeat me! Careful, detective. I'd like the car to be working when I'm done with you. Come now, detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. I knew it! I knew you'd fail! To think you had me worried. How embarrassing. Don't tell anyone. Care to try again, Dark Knight? Because the timer won't start until you situate yourself at the start of the track. Don't be ashamed to have failed, detective. This isn't a racetrack. It's an immaculately constructed work of art. It is perfection. Waltzing with Lady Luck your whole life, detective. But now the music stops. Such a pity I couldn't show you the Riddler mobile. It's bigger, faster, several times more aesthetically pleasing than your vehicle. It's in the shop. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. Too slow, detective, too slow. For a second there, I was almost concerned. Another attempt? My, but you're optimistic. And to think, I was actually concerned you may succeed. I forgot who I was dealing with for a minute there. No, Batman, you can't drive through solid objects. It's really basic physics. Oh, you incompetent boy racer. Hurry up, detective. You stand marginally more of a chance of succeeding if you actually begin. That's more like it, detective. You failed! For the briefest moment, you almost seemed capable. You're going backwards, Dark Knight. Is this a valiant attempt at a joke? Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. Since you cannot even be counted on to kill yourself, I will do it for you. I'm controlling the mechanisms now. Controlling mechanisms. You'll make a mistake. Of course you will. I know you will. Goodbye. Stop not dying! Come now, detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. Too slow, detective, too slow. For a second there, I was almost concerned. Feel that, detective? It's called humiliation. Come back to the start of the course and I'll serve up some more. By all means, fail as much as you like. I want you to know, detective, that I'm recording all your attempts at this for posterity. And for my social media presence, of course. The other way, detective. Dark Knight, don't waste my